Welcome to, this is for that guy that hates it when I do this. Is this thing even on? Why doesn't my camera have a light on the front of it? Hey, welcome back. So here we go. What's the first thing we got to do when we're teetotally building from scratch this guitar? Well, we got to build a template. In fact, we have to build a couple of templates. One of the things that I don't like about the way this is drawn out, I don't have a center line here, and that irritates me. Now, I'm going to make a center line by pulling off of this point and drawing a 90-degree line back through there, but you know, I'm not the smartest guy on the planet, but I do an awful lot of work off of a center line, and why there's not a center line included on there, I don't know. Anyways, we're going to have to make a template for the top for a couple of different reasons. One of them is to select the right point on our joined up piece of wood. If we have a defect, can we hide the defect in the sound hole? Can we hide the defect in a cutout? Can we put it just off of the edge here? That's one of the reasons why we'll do that. It'll also come in handy later on when we're trimming it. This one also has the dashed lines for our brace placement. That'll help us when we're cutting our braces. Will also help us when we're selecting our when we're going to cut out our sound hole. That's going to help as well. So this one we'll make out of plexiglass or acrylic, you know, whatever you have. Keep in mind alternate locations for sourcing acrylic sheet. You don't want to go too thin, because then they have a tendency to kind of crack on you. One of the things that I've found is if you have a place in your area that sells art overstocks, keep an eye out on those places, because every once in a while you'll run across one of these. This is a 30 by 40 sheet of 1/4 inch acrylic. I'd like to have a little thicker, but that's what there was. And on it was this lovely photo. And of course you can see it's got the corner holes drilled, so it's meant to be, you know, more of a commercial installation in somebody's hallway somewhere. But if you're really careful, since this is actually photographic paper, you can peel it right up. So I have a sheet of 30 inch by 40 inch acrylic that I bought for $10. And I'll find out what my local price is for acrylic sheet in that size and put it here. So as you can see, we're going to get this template out of this area. I'm going to be doing the brass insert and bolt setup. So this is where I'm also going to use, I'm going to build a template for routing out the neck pocket. This is going to be my heel block here. And then we'll also make some templates so that we can correctly line up our holes for our bolts to come through, for our brass inserts to all be centered on. Now here you can see this is my side bending profile for a full-size dreadnought, like this. And this one I made with just, this is 3/4 inch birch plywood, and this is oak and cherry spacers that I've got in the middle. You can see how how, since this is a 3/4 scale, how this is smaller. I would love to build a cutaway version of this guitar, but what I would also like to do is to make one mold instead of two. I'd like to make one where I take this portion here and I have a plug that will fit up in here, so that with the plug inserted, I've got this shape, and with the plug taken out, I've got this shape. I'm thinking brass insert here, bolt, brass insert, bolt, and then it's a twofer, because I would really, I just don't want to have to store two of these for each guitar that I make. I'd rather store one of these with a convertible little plug there. We're going to try this next mold with these spacers that come from Georgia Luthier Supply. I've not used those before, as you can see I've used typical rattle can crap laying around the garage type of stuff. We're going to see. But anyways, here's what I'm going to do. First of all, I've got to get a center line drawn on that piece. So did we really just cut that with a circular saw? Yes, I did. So now we're just going to cut the paper part out and then affix it to the top of our sheet of paper, and then get to cutting. Alright, here we are, a little closer to being done. Now, I have to peel all of this off of here, which sometimes goes smoothly. And then there's today. And this is why you pay people good money to buy them ready-made. So you don't have to do this. Alright, now that we have figured out the mystery of the cracks, if you've not seen the video on how we solve the mystery of the cracks, I'll put it down here and I'll put a link to it in the sermon notes. 180 grit sandpaper on a sanding block, and we're just going to smooth the edges of this out so I don't hurt my delicate skin. And make sure you wear a mask, because you're putting some really fine particulate matter into the air. Alright, there we go. About 10 minutes total of sanding. And now we have our completed 3/4 scale template, complete with the center line, with the brace lines drawn, with the center hole, the sound hole cut out, and the intersection points for the braces are drilled. That's a Georgia Luthier Supply thing. I've not seen that done, at least with the small holes. I know on the LMI templates they have big circles drawn so that you can circle the end of where your pieces are going to intersect. But we'll see. There are other projects in the future, and we'll try them in a different way. So there you go. That is about not even probably $2 worth of a $10 piece of acrylic, some time, a little bit of discovery on what to do and what not to do working with acrylic, or just plain plexiglass, and there's our template. So next step is making the inner mold for the side bending. Have a good weekend. Cheers. Hey folks, thanks for watching the train wreck. We appreciate you being along for the ride. Make sure you like RATTLECAN Guitar Restorations over on the Facebook, the Twitter, as well as the Instagram. If you haven't done so, go ahead and like us over on the YouTubes. We're posting new videos every Wednesday, and you never know what you're going to see around here. Thanks again for watching, folks. Have a good one.